Anyone need a refresher?
I don't think so. Excuse me, the hiccups. You just came in with news.
So yeah, Akari and the summon woke you guys up a little bit later. We can feel it's a little bit later. And Akari specifically wakes up Oryn and simply says, I can't find him.
Oryn is going to just look confused and just say, who are you talking about?
Silas.
No. I've got a different thing. Okay, go
Sorry
ahead,
for
Silas.
you. Sorry for
Sorry.
you, eh? That's what the DM decided. Silas.
Okay.
He answers.
Oryn is going to
Close.
say, what do you mean? And start looking around where they were sleeping.
Give me a second.
Akari starts by saying, well, he when we were on watch, he came out and asked if he could help us, and we wanted to build the team spirit, so we said sure, and he's missing.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Some minor readjustments to do here. There we go. Well, which way did he go? Would you see which way he went?
He was right behind us when we were walking around, and then he's just gone.
Oryn is.
Go ahead, Oryn.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's your Silas. You go ahead.
I was thumb sucking for something to say, so you go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe we should just spread out and check the perimeter. Maybe he just went out into the bushes. Maybe he went to go and see the migrating mounds. I mean, it is quite the sight, I am sure.
Migrating mounds? Akari asked.
Yeah, that was moving. You did not see them?
Nothing was moving when we were on watch.
That is very strange. Excuse me. He's gonna head out so long, scratching his head.
Oryn is going to get up and go look outside, or get up and just go look around.
The rest of you, oh, the map changed. Okay. Now, as you kind of head out, is everyone heading out, or?
Obviously, we're going to try and find Silas.
As all of you kind of head out, you see sitting under a tree, kind of arms hanging limp by his sides, head nodded forward as if he's sleeping. You see Silas. And okay, wait for everyone to wait for the thing to put everyone there. You got everyone there. Okay, cool. You can put Silas under the tree. Original Silas. And then Silas kind of.
Into Oryn.
Silas kind of, you see him, his head tilts up kind of at an angle. And he looks at you. His face seems a lot more malicious than usual. And there's no light. Usually there's a light coming from his eyes. There's It's all black and like a green glimmer behind his eyes. And he kind of looks up, gives an evil smile, and says,
He says nothing. That's profound.
Do you like me to send it on the group?
you can't hear it.
No.
Nope.
Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, I can try. We can see if it picks up. I can try and do it. We'll see if it picks up. But we played a
You
video.
You
Yeah.
can kind of play that sound as well that I just sent on the game table.
Okay, give me a second to get back to the game table. Okay, there we go. Let's try again. You hear? Nope, not working. Okay, never mind. It doesn't work. Sorry, guys, my workaround for my mic not picking up not working, so we'll try again. And we can try push to speak because it doesn't pick up properly. You see the green glitter in his eyes. That's kind of ruined the moment, but anyway. And you hear, "You thought you were lighter than me. That's very foolish. Should you bring her to me? I will let you live the rest of your pathetic lives as you see fit. Should you not, I will correct, destroy everything you love, and I will keep you alive as witnesses, and you will know that this is your doing." Did you hear that?
Not very clearly. I don't know about the rest of the team.
For Pete's sake.
Sorry, could you guys hear that? I heard like
How the hell are we going to play this?
Well, I heard most of it, and then yeah, the audio clip that was sent, you guys can listen to that as well. I think it's pretty much the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing. That sucks. It ruins the whole effect. Okay, you hear Silas in a creepy hoarse voice. This really sucks. Saying,
Hold on.
you
Christopher, the DM sent us a audio clip to listen to. So
okay, then let me know when everyone's listened. It kind of ruins the whole effect, but let me know when everyone's listened.
You thought to hide her from me. That was very foolish. If you bring her to me, I will let you live out the rest of your pathetic lives as you see fit. Should you not, I will corrupt and destroy everything you love,
my gosh.
and you will be kept alive
Everybody done listening?
as witnesses,
Not yet.
knowing that this was your doing.
Okay, now.
Alpha?
Yep.
Okay, with the laugh, you see smoke, this gray smoke come billowing out of his mouth. As his mouth seems to open wider and wider, this gray smoke comes billowing out and starts surrounding him. And the smoke keeps billowing and growing and growing. And you see in the smoke, as it forms a pillar around him, this massive pillar around him, you see the green that his eyes glows becomes brighter and brighter. And it seems to be rising up within the pillar. You see the green is going higher and higher and higher. And slowly the smoke starts lowering towards the ground. It's still on the ground, but as it lowers, You see standing in front of you a 10-foot tall Silas, completely reformed, with its body looking more like branches than vines, long thorns coming out all over the arms and the legs and the torso, even on the head, and where even three branch-like horns coming out of the head, as the mouth and the eyes now glow green. There's a black ooze coming out of all the thorns as his arms now hang down to the ground. Takes a step towards you and swings both of the branch-like arms with these massive barbed thorns on them towards you. All make a reflexes roll to avoid the attack.
I'm probably gonna get hit because I'm stunned right now.
You should have high reflex.
I know I do, but still, like,
14. Okay.
same as
Wow.
the DM.
Thank you for your so dankie toch on your
Thanks to my
Plus, they
very high reflexes. Yes. Hallelujah.
alpha, I think still. Do we roll for the horse?
Can roll for the horse.
Go
should
ahead.
probably.
Okay, Alpha and Oryn are hit.
That's the summon.
Okay. Are you going to roll for damage? DM?
I need to check what the damage is first.
Well, they can both, if I'm correct, they can both roll fortitude so long.
Yeah, they should be able to.
And the two that we hit, please roll fortitude. Well, you happen to both be on the same side, standing behind each other.
It's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, Oryn, you make the save. Alpha, you make the save.
So do we take 9
You take
along
nine.
of
You
our
take 9
character
points.
sheet?
You take 9 points of damage, but you are not affected by the poison that's weeping out of the thorns that hit you.
Good.
And DM, you missed your cue.
Please roll for initiative.
I don't know if I'm liking all this rolling, and all this drama right at the get-go.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah.
You had like 3 minutes to talk beforehand.
That's just 3.
Okay, I'll roll first.
Please remember to add your AC and stuff as well to your characters, please. I haven't done that yet.
I'll do it.
Lilith is a 15, and the other roll was a.
Oryn 16.
I got a 20.
So that, thanks.
18. Shit, I forgot what my life was. Oh, there we go.
We do perception for initiative, eh?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep. New rules. It used to be dexterity, I think, or I can't remember what it was anymore even.
Yeah, dexterity.
Thought so. Yes, the rules are dynamic. The rules actually literally changed in the week that we changed it ourselves.
That's for alpha.
15, eh?
Yeah.
Why is my stuff not showing?
And then that's for the horse.
16.
Oh, there you go. Not strength.
Cool. That and that.
Lillith, you need some help? Armor class and life you need to add. Look at you. There we go.
Okay, so let's roll for Silas first.
Silas.
That one.
If Oryn got hit,
Yeah.
would Alpha, because we haven't rolled for initiative yet, would Alpha not be able to use Retributive Strike?
No, because it was a surprise attack.
Okay.
Tell me you weren't surprised.
Was anybody not surprised?
May I change surprise to shocked?
You can put the armor class on Silas if you'd like, to make it easier for the players.
I'll let them find out what it is first.
Okay.
So Silas is the first one to go in initiative order.
Okay.
The possessed Silas. Okay. What can this one do? Going to a step closer and make another swing at. So it's going to be a sweeping attack. So
Can I ask a question first?
Everyone here, yes.
Did everyone remember to bring their weapons with them?
How do you mean did everyone remember? I've always got my weapons with me.
Okay. Because you would need to spend an action point to ready your weapon because no one was ready for combat. Sorry, go ahead, DM. Everyone who?
Everyone.
The whole group, okay.
Yeah, so it's a sweeping attack again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nope, I object. Roll again.
$16 points of damage.
For all of us.
Mm-hmm.
We can't dodge or nothing.
No, that was just a straight up hit. Oh, this is really going to hurt Akari.
It was 16, hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
How's Akari down to 9?
Because it's 16 damage to both her and the summon.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
If it was me, I would be dead right now.
You'd be down.
Okay, my apologies. Downed.
Can Alpha now use Retributive Strike?
Yes, he can. So it's going to be a attack roll.
Yes. And everyone gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. So that's 5.
5.
So you can anyone within 15 feet or
Yeah, we'd all be within 15 feet.
Yeah, that's everyone.
Yep. So resistance to damage, bludgeoning damage.
it
Yes.
does not say bludgeoning, it says damage. Ally gains resistance
all
to
damage.
all damage against the triggering
Okay.
damage, yeah. Equal to
Okay,
5.
sorry, I thought it was a specific type, the damage that triggered the strike. Sorry. Okay, cool.
I don't think
So-
this wouldn't count for alpha as well. Hey, it doesn't say. It just says you protect your ally. The ally gains resistance to all damage.
Just the ally.
Okay, so everyone other than alpha
And your steed too.
and the steed,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So that means everyone can get back 5 HP.
Yep,
Okay. I'll take it.
Good job, Alpha.
that's 10 HP for
You're our
Gourd.
favorite.
Someone.
27 then.
At least it's just
Alpha,
one enemy.
Alpha, you're allowed to do at least 2 stupid things today. I'm just saying.
Well,
Well, up-
technically, every time Silas attacks, Alpha can do this because he can do it once per turn. And it's just one enemy, so...
Oryn, are you still with us? Because you got very, very quiet over there.
I am with you. How many hit points did you say you get back?
5.
5. Already added the
5.
5 back, eh?
And I take it an 18 doesn't
Okay.
hit.
No, it does not. Would you like to reroll?
No,
No burning hero points yet.
no. I decided you put back for the horse as well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Gregor, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's do that first. Gregor's gonna look Gregor's gonna look at Oryn and kind of just give her like a very sad look, like, and kind of mouth, I'm so sorry. And are we taking action to ready your weapons?
Think anybody who isn't going to use magic, probably.
Okay, so with his, he will draw both of his weapons, his crossbow and his pepper box, but he will fire the crossbow. Okay. Just let me remove a bolt first before I do anything. $19.
That's a miss.
There we go. That's it. That's my turn. Shredded 2 weapons is 2 actions, and 1 shot is 3 actions. I'm done.
Oryn?
Oryn is going to look very shocked, and you can kind of see like some tears running down her eyes. And she's going to hold her turn.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's the steed's turn.
Can I do the steed and alpha together? So the steed will just hold his turn.
Sure, but the next turn is alpha, so...
Yes.
Yep.
With the retributive strike, would alpha still need to ready his weapon?
No, I'd say...
I think we'll allow that. Yep. Yeah.
Try
Okay.
and attack.
Alpha's gonna get on the horse. And then flank Silas this way.
Hello, Kitty.
And
So move around that way
yes.
and into melee range.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he'll battle cry. Not really battle cry, but he'll shout on the horse. Silas, if any part of you remains, forgive me, but I won't let you harm what I still protect. And then swing.
Okay.
Paladins can't They can't get a taunt feat, can they?
Interesting idea. I'm not sure.
I
Never
mean,
played a paladin.
If you want to taunt someone, that'll be probably a intimidation or diplomacy roll to get them to focus on you. That's a hit.
that.
Okay.
And with the horse,
Hello, Kitty.
that then changes to 2 die 12.
That is correct. With your charge attack.
Um, 2 die 12.
Plus your strength modifier, eh?
Yeah, it's with a +5, so yeah.
Okay. 19, eh?
Yep.
Cool.
Wow, cool. Nort, we win. Woo!
Wow, no, you don't. Not yet.
That was easier than I thought. And Silas goes like a balloon. Okay.
So, Alpha, you're going to take a second swing?
Yeah. Use all 3.
Wow.
Go for it. Remember, the horse can attack as well, right?
Yes.
So did all this turn.
It's a miss.
Wow.
Yes.
And then we'll do one more for Alpha. Another miss. And then I'll do the horse.
Oh.
That's a hit.
Nine.
Wowzers.
So that's the first horse attack.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to find. Did I not make notes? It's plus 11 plus
7
7
plus 3.
plus 3. Let me just make
Yeah.
a note. I don't know why I haven't made a note of that. So plus 11
Plus 7 plus 3.
Hello, Kitty.
plus 7 and then plus 3.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. And the horse will attack again. So plus 7 this time. No.
Plus 3? Go for it.
And then plus
19 or higher.
3.
Yeah, 19 or
No.
higher. Okay.
Did you miss?
Yeah, it was a 16. That was a miss. Well, I mean, we got him almost halfway.
Lilith?
Okay, I'll take my longbow out. I'll also look at Oryn and look at the Silas monstrosity and say, I'm so sorry. I hope our friend comes back. And I'll use my longbow attack. The last time if I wanted to use fire, that was 1 action and then I had 2 attacks, right?
But it's 1 action to ready your bow. So 1 action to use the fire then, and then you can shoot once.
Okay, no, let me leave the fire for now and then
You
just
can use, if you'd like, you can use your
rainbow
Rainbow
shard.
rainbow shard.
No, I'm not using it right now.
Okay.
I'll do
Okay.
2 straight up attacks then with the longbow.
Cool. Roll for your attacks.
You said 19 or higher.
22.
22
Oh,
or
sorry.
higher.
22.
Yes.
Alpha needed
Apologies.
19 plus 3 to get
Sorry,
ahead.
22. Okay.
I'm so disappointed the DM missed his cue. We practiced this.
I didn't practice it.
Okay,
You
I
just
told
told
you.
me. You told me. I also just let the shock and awe factor sink in a bit. That's a hit.
Wow!
Okay.
Remember your Bloodseeker beak on it as well, eh? So it's additional 1d4 damage.
Okay, so it's a 1d8, 1d4 plus 1. Cool.
Correct.
Seven.
Very nice. And it dips below half health.
Does it start sort of slowing down or anything like that?
Not at this point.
This
Not yet.
encounter might, I say that with the quotations,
That's
go
a hit.
slower, faster than I thought it would. Unless there's a phase 2 plan for this boss.
We can neither confirm nor deny. The
Wow,
9.
okay.
Cool.
And that is me.
Oryn, do you want to take your turn?
Oryn is going to try and step forward towards Silas. She's very much in a daze. You can see that she's like not okay. And she's going to try and like reach out. You can see her eyes are just like really wide. So she's not going to take a turn or an action necessarily. She's going to kind of like stretch her hand out and say, like in a very confused voice, she's going to go, Silas?
Now you guys won't be able to. Okay. I'll just have to do the voices later. You'll hear the head will turn to you. And in the same voice, you'll hear like a evil laugh and saying, Silas isn't available right now.
Oryn is going to still kind of just look and be like, what is happening? What is going on? And she's going to take another step forward towards him.
This really sucks. You can't hear my voice. I've got the voice ready. I'm like, oh no, I can't use it.
You can try. Just
You
need to
guys
speak
can't hear me though.
louder.
Okay, let me try. If I push to speak, if it makes a difference. I have to get to that though. Where do I change push to speak? Under settings, hey?
User settings are voice and audio.
Let's see if that makes a difference.
Voice and video, sorry.
Voice and video, got it. If I push to
I think you found the setting.
Sorry, I'm just giving instructions offline here. and then just under that, it comes up. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to help Norman set up.
The being you knew as Silas has been consumed by my soul.
I think everyone heard that.
Um, Oryn is going to just drop down to her knees and not do anything. She's not okay.
This is a vision of what will happen should you not bring her to me.
Who's her?
Who do you think?
I have not the foggiest which her he's looking for.
Can I do something quick?
Go Alpha, you're allowed twice.
Can someone or can everyone that wants to roll perception?
Who?
Sure.
Let's make some conflict in the group. That's Akari. So I'd say anyone. I'd say 15 and higher.
Yeah, so far everyone.
Literally everyone, yeah. Okay, everyone sees it. Well, it makes sense because everyone's kind of facing Silas and Alpha's almost behind him. But when Silas says that, you know that move when people ride horses that they do where they kind of the horse goes on its hind legs.
It rears up.
Yes, thank you. So you'll see Alpha's horse rear up, and then Alpha will kind of turn with his blade almost as if he were pointing it towards Akari. But he'll be looking at Akari almost with like dagger eyes, as if this is your fault.
Akari and the summon haven't done anything yet, right?
But Alpha
Yeah.
knows something the rest of the group doesn't.
It's not their turn yet. So the summon and Akari don't have their turn yet.
Okay.
They're right at the bottom of initiative.
So does Gregor go first? Or Gregor has gone?
Mm-hmm.
It's now Akari and the summon.
Yeah, if Oryn doesn't
Oh.
want to do anything else.
Sorry, the way we're standing, is that the way we positioned in relation to the freaky Silas?
It is now.
Yeah, it's because the way we were walking, searching for Silas.
So Akari and the summon are, well, Akari in a sort of looking from where the sort of really creepy jack-o'-lantern is. I don't want to call it Silas. Akari is almost behind Gregor, right?
Yes.
Can he see all of us or not?
What, can
Is-
Silas see all of you? Yes, he's 10 feet
Size
tall.
is 10 feet tall, so he can see over you. He's pretty tall, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, you're not going to do anything else, eh?
Oryn is just going to turn her head to. She's still like kneeling on the ground in front of Silas. But you're gonna see her eyes just turn towards Akari as well, wide-eyed. But again, she's not gonna do anything right now.
So for everyone looking at Akari, you can see she's freaking out as well. Not slightly. She is very freaked out. So the perception roll was actually for the summon, not for Akari. Anyway.
Someone would see it then.
Yes. But the summon starts casting healing, the heightened one, to all of her allies, excluding Silas this time.
I wonder. What size is a human?
The average height of this group is around 6 foot.
How much bigger would Silas be than Alpha?
Alpha on his horse should be very close in size. If I'm DM, you can correct me, but I think he would be very close in the same height as Silas.
Alpha would be slightly above Silas on the horse.
Because remember, he's not standing on the horse; he's sitting on the horse.
I
That's
know.
the horse's height plus his height.
Yeah, the horse is quite tall.
Okay, your role. I'm just saying.
Everyone heals 14.
And other than the freaky pumpkin head, right?
Yes.
Athletics. So would it be safe to say that Silas is at least 2 sizes or smaller than Alpha if he was off of his horse?
He's one size bigger than Alpha.
Love that.
You're gonna wrestle him.
Alpha has a Titan wrestler skill, so he can. How much? Sorry, how much was the healing?
14.
As everyone other than Silas.
Yes.
Has everyone healed?
I just need to heal Alpha and the horse quick.
I was thinking. Oryn healed?
Yeah. It looks
cool.
like I am. I don't know if DM did
I
that
think
for me.
I think you double healed some of the people, eh?
Huh?
Right. I think you might have double healed some of the people because
I only did mine. No, I only did mine.
16 damage, so yeah, no, it's fine. Sorry. My math is up to crap.
I only did my healing.
It is Thursday, day 4 of a 5-day week, so you're forgiven.
And then for those of you looking at Akari, I mean, the focus was pretty much on Akari after Alpha's gesture, right?
Safe to say, yeah.
I would agree.
I'll say.
Yeah, no, it's sort of my eyes are jumping between the spiky pumpkin head and Akari right now.
So you all notice her healing, and then she places her hand on her eye, and you can see blood immediately starting to seep out from her jade eye between her fingers. And then it's back to Silas. So Silas's sweeping attacks are done for now. So he's going to turn around and try and attack Alpha. And it's also going to be 3 attacks.
If you're flanking an enemy, That doesn't make advantage or disadvantage on anyone, does it?
Gives them flat-footed on their AC, but this AC doesn't include dexterity.
Okay.
So that's a miss, correct?
Yep. 24 to hit.
Cool.
Swish.
And please make a reflex save.
For Alpha or the horse?
Technically alpha, but it would probably be for both of them.
Should I roll for the horse as well?
If you're swinging for Alpha, it would be above the horse. I don't know if the horse would have to make. That was 15, by the way.
Alright. So, Alpha, as Silas hits you, you feel the roots on its hand kind of entangle around you, and it's going to try and lift you up off of the horse and then throw you. So it's going to be a strength check.
Love that.
This is so much better than I expected.
This is seriously anger management, Silas over here now.
Does Alpha have to roll strength?
Yes.
Alpha's gonna fail in strength.
Why?
Be positive, Alpha. You're the strongest one amongst us. You and the
Nope.
horse. Oh.
Right. So it lifts you up off of the horse, and it chucks you that way.
How far?
I'm going to roll for that now.
I figured as much. Enough!
Hey, hold on. Now Alpha's going off the map that I've got. Let me zoom out.
Right. So it chucks you that way, and you hit the ground and take additional
And the trees, I would assume.
4 points of damage as it chucks you into the trees and ground there.
I think we need to have a sit down over here and talk about acceptable behavior. I'm just saying.
Terrible twos.
And its last attack misses the horse. Gregor, it is your turn.
Okay, what Gregor will do is first attack, fire the pepper box, drop both of those, draw the sickle, and then make a second attack with the sickle. Those will be three actions. I'm going to make the rolls now.
Okay. I like dropping your ranged weapons in like swampy water and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
I
was
clean
gonna
them.
Say, do you understand mechanics?
I do clean.
It's a miss.
Okay, that's a miss. And then the next attack is with the
Sickle.
sickle.
Prune him a bit.
Take off some of those spikes coming off the top there.
Is it the same sickles that we stole from the cult?
Yep,
Huh?
that same sickle.
Oh, Do you still have one with blue winners on it? Because it's
The blue one is sort of dried up by now. It wouldn't be useful anymore.
I've got blue winners in a vial in my pack.
That doesn't help us now.
I'm just saying.
That's
Ooh,
also a miss. Swings and misses. How do you miss something that's 10 foot tall? I don't know, but he manages.
you tripped over your pepper box in the mud by your feet.
You dropped it on your toe.
Yeah, that's better.
Oryn, is there anything you'd like to do?
I don't honestly think I can, to be honest. I will not participate in hitting Silas.
I
Not
again
Silas, not Silas.
personally apologize for what I have to do.
No, you do not. You love this, so stop pretending.
It is the steed's turn. Is it going to run after Alpha or is it going to attack?
If it runs after Alpha, it's going to create an attack of opportunity.
That is
Indeed.
correct.
So
It's still full life. Just putting it out there.
let's do. Can I do 3 attacks? How far? 30. The steed has 40 feet. Would you allow 3 attacks and a move to Alpha?
Yeah.
And then
Would be
Silas can get its attack of opportunity. If the horse doesn't kill it first.
Go for it.
I love your enthusiasm.
That's a hit.
Yeah, see? Good job.
Okay, that's the way you do it.
Okay. If it doesn't get killed first. I like it, Alpha.
Small chance, but there's a chance. Seven.
It's a miss.
Barely.
A miss.
No.
Now it's going to move.
Yeah, it's gonna move so you can roll.
He says very ominously.
Mm.
Oops, sorry.
Is it gonna throw the horse as well?
No, it's another critical that it can do that.
Oh my gosh.
It's only on a critical hit that it can successfully do that. There we go. And the horsey dashes off to Alpha.
Alpha would
Alpha.
be prone, hey?
Yeah.
So that would be one action to get off the ground.
You guys make me so proud.
To put it lightly, he's probably a little bit angry.
Alpha's pissed. Ooh, Akari's gonna have it.
Mission accomplished.
And then he'll take an action to take out his bow. And then he'll
The
shoot.
coward's weapon.
Yep.
Hey, it works, okay?
It's the only weapon that Alpha can use right now.
He can throw his sword.
Actually,
I don't think you can throw it that far.
wait a minute. Wacht 'n bietjie.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. So, how much? Alpha has 20. So if we do 20,
Yeah, you can dash back.
I'll burn him a thing for that.
Hero point.
Yeah, not a hero point. Because it's
Action
20 feet of, yeah. So it's 20 feet, and then I'll burn an action for another 20 feet.
Cool. And then he can attack.
He'll attack with his. No, he can't attack. Oh, he can once. Yeah,
You've got one
because
attack.
yeah,
He's
Well,
got two
Wait,
attacks.
hold on. You have to get up. That's one. No, you don't.
yes, one and then burning another
Yeah.
one to get there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah,
only
you're right.
one.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. Which is one. I apologize.
No.
Alpha is so pissed that he swings and misses.
Lillith, it is your turn.
I'll look very apologetically down at Oryn, who's called into a fetal ball on the ground, and I'm going to use my bow again on this Silas, well, this creature.
Yeah, he drops his weapons because reloading takes too long.
Eek, it's a miss. I'll try again.
I can just imagine the horse running after Alpha and then Alpha dashing back and the horse just being really?
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
thinking the same thing. I was picturing the horse running and looking backwards and forwards like, what the hell?
Phew. Okay, no, I am obviously feeling this right now.
Can I
Let
take the
me-
last attempt?
yeah, let me try. No, it's not. It's going to be no use because it's 0. I can't roll more than 20. I can't get to
If
22.
you roll a 20,
Okay, why?
Hold on,
Why
take a
not?
chance. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
No.
Roll, critical roll.
Careful with IP.
Yeah. So the summoner is gonna cast needle darts. I think that's probably the one that's gonna be the most likely to hit.
So Akari is literally totally staying out of this right now.
Yeah.
Akari is freaked the hell out.
Apparently so.
And
Kari's
there's blood coming out of her.
Describe, people, describe.
There's blood pouring out of her eye. So
Ooh, 1 HP in a dream.
Ooh.
so with that, the summon's gonna try balls to the wall here and attack it with her claws.
Wow. Okay.
If the summon manages to miss, it's literally going to be 1 HP in a dream.
Nope.
Yeah. I was gonna say if she sneezes hard enough, it should be sufficient, but not yet.
The Silas just puts his arm in the way and just kind of knocks the attack aside and goes, as your final warning.
So for those of you watching, you see Akari kind of grab her head, but she seems to still be managing right now.
Akari is in the normal form we know her, right? She's not in disguise anymore.
Yeah, she's in her normal form right now. Right. So it attacks Akari.
Dun 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 dun.
was the second one. Okay.
Shouldn't you roll fortitude as well?
Not at this stage. It's only
Okay.
for the sweeping attacks. Right. So you all see Akari getting hit. And the first hit hits her quite rough. The second one, though, as soon as it hits her, you see the smoke and stuff on the possessed Silas seem to drift towards Akari. And she
See the
falls.
smoke on the ground.
Well, it's still coming out of his mouth as well.
No.
On the picture it is. So
Okay.
the smoke that's coming out of its mouth surrounds Akari, and she kind of falls to her knees, and you see the summon disappear.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Gregor, it's your turn.
I'll make 3 attacks.
Cool.
Give me a
If you
second.
hit one, you win.
Patiently waiting for the how do you want to do this?
It'll be my first one.
That you actually get to decide.
It'll be my first one. I get to decide. Yep, I haven't killed anyone yet. I've had a hand in getting up to the kill, but not the actual kill shot.
Okay, you can try again.
Someone
Okay, why not?
has to kill Silas. Come on.
Says Alpha while Oryn is weeping
Nope.
in her hands.
Was that all your attacks?
No, I've only took 2. I didn't take the third one because the third one's at a minus, so there's no point.
I could roll a 20.
you could roll a 20.
Oh, go for broke. Come on.
L-
Go, Gregor.
Live dangerously.
Exactly. And leave it to Alpha to kill him. Oh, it would probably be the steed. Because he
Mhm.
goes next.
Oh, technically it's Oryn.
No.
Oryn? Are you going to do something? Are you going to heal Silas?
Oryn is going to stand up very shakily, and she's going to again. She is like crying. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. She is crying, and she is going to just say, and like kind of under her breath, but she's going to just say, "I'm so sorry," and she's going to, well, snicking, like she's choking back sobs. She's going to cast Slashing Gust.
Oryn takes the kill shot. Oh my word, karma!
You are a horrible, horrible person.
That's an attack
Gregor.
roll, right? Or is it a reflex save?
It should be an attack. I don't think there's a reflex save.
Okay, cool.
No, it's an attack.
You can do it.
I'm gonna burn a hero point for that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Go for it.
You roll with advantage, eh?
Yes.
Correct.
Oh,
Still not
man.
okay.
Whew.
I'll burn another hero point because if anybody's going to kill him, it's gonna have to be me.
It would.
Lady Owen.
Oh man.
Surely I should roll with like double advantage or something.
For the emotional trauma.
Yeah, for the
yes,
emotional trauma.
I agree.
I think Oryn deserves a hero point just for that.
If you kill Silas, I'll give you back your
Oh,
hero
for
points.
5, 6.
If you roll again with your last hero points, if you connect this attack to Silas and you finish the possessed Silas off, I will give you back your hero points.
Do it.
At this point, I'm just rooting for Oryn to hit a nat 20.
Yeah. Story-wise, it's
There we
just
go.
There we go.
Go, Oryn.
Do you want to roll for damage or just taking him off?
It's just
roll
take
for
him off.
damage. How much of the limbs you cut off?
Don't be that person, my hat.
Up.
It's not. She's not gonna do it in like a very aggressive way, because I'm pretty sure she could see that he's like on his last limbs.
Pull your punches.
Yeah, so I think she's probably. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. She's probably going to like send a very small ripple to kind of just like finish him off as peacefully as possible, just to put him out of his misery.
Right. So you send out your slashing gust and it cuts off most of the spikes and the vines and stuff. Leaves a huge gash in the pumpkin though, because it's not very healthy right now, even with holding your punch. Then you guys can listen to the
Okay, now I'll do it.
audio I sent.
You don't listen to the audio. As you watch, you see the smoke billowing out of it, and it kind of seems to disappear into the smoke. And all the smoke that was around on the ground and around Akari seems to rush off in various directions. And you see in the smoke, the giant Silas like shrinking down, and you hear it goes, "This is not the end." And it shrinks down to just a sleeping Silas. And you see it kind of stretch and rub his eyes and yawn and go, "I just had the strangest dream. Waiting, Owen, are you okay?"
So glad right now.
I'm gonna move you forward to hug Silas. Or you don't have to say anything.
I would never take Silas from you. Just FYI, this was inspired. I wanted a kaiju battle and you blew it. Andariel versus Silas. It was a kaiju battle asking for it to be made.
Okay, there will be more chances, don't you worry.
Sorry, we'll let you go first, Oryn. We'll all wait for you.
Yo, guys, that was so rough.
You okay?
Yeah,
You're gonna need a minute.
yeah.
Okay. I'll also, okay, let me help Oryn. I'll walk up behind you and then I'll say in Sylvan, I'm so glad to see you, little brother. You gave us all a big fright. But I think you need to hug Lady Oryn because I think she'll need it right now. But that will be in Sylvan. And I'll just put my hand on Oryn's shoulder and say, we okay. You're okay. We're okay.
Silas will kind of look very confused, and he'll go, "In Sylvan, of course, of course I will. I love Lady Oryn," and give her a big hug around her kind of thigh where he can reach, and just still look a little bit confused about what's going on. How did he get here? Why is everyone looking so funny? And why are people bleeding?
While I'm standing next to Oryn, I'll look over at Akari and just ask her if she's okay. Because she was not, I assume she's still not looking okay.
Yeah, she's shivering on the ground right now. She's not answering you.
Gregor, you're closest. Maybe just check on Akari, see if she's okay, please.
Alpha, is there anything you'd like to do?
What is Akari doing?
She's lying on the ground shivering.
Alpha will walk up to Oryn, and then he'll cast lay on hands on himself and Oryn
And the horse.
and the horse. So Oryn, you get full HP back. And then Alpha's gonna walk to Akari, not saying anything. Alpha's sword is still drawn.
So how much do you heal to the horse?
The horse is 6.
6.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's 6.
Walks over to Akari with his sword drawn, yes. Stabs her.
Oh my heck. Enough
Roll for
emotional,
initiative.
enough emotional scarring for one session, please.
Alpha's just gonna quietly stand there and see what Akari does.
Okay, Gregor will kind of take one of the rags from his pockets and kind of dab under Akari's eye and say, "Are you okay? You don't look so good." Sorry, no funny intentions.
She's going to look completely bewildered. And she's going to answer you, but in a language none of you understand. She's busy speaking Tian right now. So Alpha would have heard it before. I think you all would have. Yeah, you all would have.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we don't understand it, right?
No.
Gregor will just continue wiping away the blood. And you want me to help? I am a chirurgeon.
She kind of just curls up on the ground.
I take it Akari's in a daze. Or is she just...
You guys can roll. Which roll is it going to be?
I would have picked up my crossbow and my pepper bark. No, I wouldn't have. Not yet.
Roll perception.
Okay.
Anybody who's looking at Akari.
That would be me.
Me too.
You want to roll for the horse as well, Alpha?
Yeah, I'll roll for the horse.
Eesh. Nice.
Cool beans.
Okay.
Nice.
Lillith?
I rolled a 23.
Would you be looking at Akari, Oryn?
To be fair, probably not. So
So for those of you
That's why I asked.
for those of you looking at Oryn, so it would be Lillith.
Looking at Oryn or looking at Akari?
Sorry, looking at Akari. It would be Lillith and the horse. You would notice that you can see on her hair that it's starting to look a bit more like fur, and it's taking a greenish tint. And you can see, like, you can almost understand what she's saying, but it's in a very similar tone to what she would be chanting to cast needle darts, even though nothing is happening.
Okay.
Okay, can I relay that to the team that she's
The horse relays that to Alpha, by the way.
Akari seems to be really, really out of it, and I think we need to maybe keep a very close eye on her. And the summon's still gone, right?
Yep.
Is there something we can do for Akari?
Ask Akari.
Well,
I tried already.
okay, let me try. Let me go. I'll sort of just pat Oryn on the back. Her and Silas are probably still in a bear hug. And then I'll walk closer to Akari and where Akari and Gregor are standing, or Gregor's leaning over Akari, and then just sort of go down on my haunches and try and get to eye level with Akari and say, "Are you okay?"
She kind of looks in your direction, but she still just continues to mumble.
If
Oryn?
I reach out and touch her on her shoulder or on her arm, is she gonna react at all?
You can feel she is shaking quite violently. It's not just like a little shiver.
Okay, I think we need to get her out of the swamp.
Oryn, is there anything you'd like to do?
Oryn is going to say to Silas, just no more independent adventuring without me.
The last thing I remember was sleeping on your lap. And then I woke up here. It's also confusing. It was a very weird dream, though.
Oryn is going to say, so you can't remember anything that happened.
Nuh-uh. Did I do something wrong? Is everyone angry with me?
Oryn is just going to look at him and shake her head and just say, no, not at all. We're just very, very worried about you.
What did I do?
Oryn is going to pat his head and say, nothing bad, don't worry. You seem to have had a bad case of sleepwalking.
Oh,
Nicely played.
Very nicely played, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
No,
everyone.
there's nothing for you to say sorry for. We're just glad you're okay.
Why is Akari bleeding?
She fell.
she's gonna fall really hard in a minute.
Well, technically she did.
She got herself shaving. Do you turn to look at her though, Oryn?
With the most angry expression ever, perhaps. No, she doesn't turn to look at her.
So
No,
she does not turn to look at Akari.
no.
Okay, cool. So for the rest of you that are closer to Akari, or just looking at Akari at this stage, you see in your heads like Akari is busy fighting something, but it's not here. And whatever she is fighting is Looks to be made of the same smoke that was coming out of possessed Silas.
Is that why her fur is getting a green tinge?
Maybe?
I mean her hair, sorry.
Maybe.
Gregor is going to kind of look at Oryn, look back at Akari, and look at Oryn again, and then I'm gonna try treat wounds on Akari.
Okay.
It fails.
Yeah.
Burn a thingy, man. Try harder.
Okay, I don't think I've used one yet. Let's burn a hero point.
You're rolling again, right?
I am rolling again. I'm just making it with advantage. I'm just setting it up now.
Okay.
That's success. 15 is the DC. I heal 2d8 damage. I'll roll now.
While that's happening, Alpha's gonna walk over to Oryn. Oryn, are you still kind of lower to the ground, like on your knees or whatever, hugging Silas?
Yeah, most likely.
10.
Alpha's gonna take a knee, and then he'll put his hand on top of Silas's head and his other hand on Oryn's shoulder. And then he'll ask her, "Are you and Silas fine to walk?"
Feel nod her head and then kind of like eye Silas and be like, are you okay to walk?
Silas will kind of turn around, spin around, hold his arms out on either side like a tightrope walker, and take a step forward, and take another step and go, I seem to be.
She's then just gonna confirm with Alpha and say we're good.
Alpha is gonna sheath his sword, walk back to Akari. What will she be doing at this point?
Well, as he walks back to Akari, the rest of you they will see she kind of snaps out of whatever daze she was in and immediately starts coughing. And for those of you that saw her getting the epileptic episode before, she coughs up some more of that black tar-like substance.
She's still laying on the ground.
And she's starting to get up.
Gregor will wipe up the tar-like substance and put the rag into one of his pockets again.
Kind of creepy, not gonna lie.
Before Akari can get all the way up, Alpha's gonna kind of grab her with both of his arms as he's gonna carry her.
Okay.
And pick her up.
Yeah, pick her up.
Sure.
I don't know if I have to roll for anything for that.
No, you wouldn't be have to roll for that.
And then our camp is still set up, hey.
Correct.
And then Alpha's gonna look towards everyone and say, we better be heading back. These woods aren't safe. He'll walk to the horse and then put Akari on the horse.
I agree with Alpha. We need to get out of these swamps. Back to relative safety.
Anybody else want to add something?
I want to add something when we walk back, but
Nope.
I'll wait for everyone.
So, Alpha, you hear Akari barely audibly saying, "My family is waiting."
It was her father who was in the town looking for her, right? Just sort sorry, it just sort of
Yes.
Her father's waiting for her at our camp, or just generally waiting for her?
In
She doesn't really say much more, but from what she's saying and the way that she looks, you can understand that she's scared of moving away.
So we're not going back to the camp?
You can go back to the camp, just not out of the swamp, more specifically.
Okay. I'm keen to go back to the camp then.
yeah. So the swamp is a safe place, safe in brackets, but not physically in the swamp. So we can get into like more someplace that's a little bit safer for us, but also not totally out of the swamp.
When we walk back, Alpha and the horse are going to be a little bit behind everyone. And as we walk back, Alpha's going to tell Akari, almost as if to Akari, it'll almost sound like he's growling at her. That's how, like, furious he is. And he'll say, "You knew. Silas bore the price for a debt you never spoke of. You tell us to trust you, Akari, and yet the rot spreads behind your silence."
I take it back. This turned out so much better than I expected.
And on that note, all of you gain a level.
Yay.
Wow.
So everybody levels up.
Do you want to do that now?
I don't know, do you guys want to do it now? Or do you want to do it at the end of the session?
Maybe at the end of the session, because it takes a while.
At our
Yeah.
next rest. Maybe. Because you generally level up at a rest, because you need to study on that. So at our next rest, maybe?
If we get
I
closer
don't
to the
mind.
camp, sorry, when everyone's kind of either going to their tents or their supplies or whatever the case is, and Alpha and the horse and Akari get closer to everyone else before he helps her off the horse, and he's going to do this deliberately. He's going to say loud enough for everyone to hear, how many more secrets will bleed before you tell the truth? So he's deliberately saying it so that everyone can hear him.
So you obviously know something about Akari that we don't, right? Or
Correct.
that's my assumption.
Correct.
Anyone else want to add something? I'll answer Akari soon, don't worry.
Just look between Alpha and Akari with the question mark on my face.
Gregor, Oryn.
And Oryn's not going to say anything right now.
Gregor.
Nope. Gregor's not going to say anything.
We have successfully made some conflict.
So Akari kind of struggles off of the horse as much as he can. And then she looks at the rest of the group and then she says, well, this is my burden. So you heard what was said. If you wish to turn me in, then I won't stop you.
We just nearly gave up our lives to not send you away. It would have been a lot easier then. We will stand by you for now, but we need to be more careful in future. This is bigger than we thought it was, I think.
Yeah, how can we defend ourselves? The magic users are gonna have to come up with something if this is going to be like magical possession-y whatevers. But yeah, I also don't think after everything that's happened, it would be feasible to hand Akari over now.
Would Lillith be saying this to the group?
Yes.
Alpha will say in response to that, I fear that there is no easy option for this struggle, and we cannot hand in Akari. And then he'll turn to Akari and say, you stood by, lips sealed, while something ancient and vile reached through you. Tell me now, summoner, who truly commands your loyalty?
Kari's gonna look at Alpha and then say, you have a fair assessment of what happened. However, it's not under my control when it happens. I'm destined to become something like what we just saw.
You're becoming a giant pumpkin?
I was about to say the same thing with smoke coming out your eyeballs and your mouth. I definitely missed something here.
She's gonna look at you both and say, well, you saw what Silas changed it into, so imagine if that happened to anyone else.
Are you gonna have like a giant fox moment thing happening then? I know she's Kitsune, right?
Yeah, you guys know by now she's Kitsune.
So here comes the magical creatures, the giant sort of Godzilla versus whoever moments then somewhere down the road. Is this something? Is this a curse on Akari, or is this like a bloodline? Can I ask Akari this?
I was going to say, maybe ask Akari.
I'm gonna ask Akari, is this a Miyamoto thing, or is this a you thing, or is this magic, or is it something that can be taken away from you?
Akari's going to look at her hands, and you can see she's contemplating how to answer. Then she looks back up at you, and then she says, can I answer you in a minute?
Of course. Sorry. I hope that doesn't make you. My questions don't make you feel uncomfortable. I sometimes forget that I shouldn't just ask the first thing that pops into my head.
So Akari kind of limps more than walks past everyone towards Oryn, and then she just tells Oryn, I'm sorry. What happened to your child was because of me. And then she just walks back and goes to sit down next to a tree.
Sitting down next to trees usually don't go down very well in these parts. Just ask Silas.
Too soon.
Is Akari, how far did you walk to the tree?
It's not far.
So if Alpha were to say something, she'd still be able to kind of hear him.
Probably, yeah.
I feel Alpha has a lot of is it called the monologue? No, it's not called the monologue. That's something different.
You're not monopolizing the talking today. It's actually pretty cool to have you talk a lot because I usually feel like I speak too much.
Finally, we have Alpha speaking more.
It is monologue. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, never mind. Okay, Alpha's another monologue. Alpha will look at Silas and Oryn, and then he'll kind of sigh, and everyone looking at Alpha, you'll see that he's still wearing his helmet, but it's almost like you can feel that there's pain in his eyes, but he's not mad anymore. So there's no hatred. And then he'll looking at Oryn and Silas, he'll say, he's alive. Thank the light for that. And then he's gonna take a deep breath and look at Akari and slowly walk towards her and say, Akari, I don't believe you meant harm, but harm found us just the same. You knew there were dangers lurking in your wake. Secrets that hiss behind banners and these so-called bloodlines of yours. You can't afford to stay silent anymore. I'm not your judge. Not yet. But I will be your shield if you let me be. So speak. Come clean. Show me there's still truth in you.
Guys, gonna let Akari answer, or is anybody else gonna add something?
I already asked her a question, so I'll just look from Alpha to Akari again and I'll just observe.
Gregor?
Nope, Gregor is just gonna watch.
Oryn?
Oryn is going to. She's not going to say anything. No, she's not going to say anything. But she's just going to be looking at Akari.
I don't think Alpha's
It's
ever
on
been...
sight. Alpha might forgive you, but I can't promise that I will.
So, Akari is going to look up at Alpha, and then she's going to say, honestly, I can't remember everything that happened. All I know is that the people that I respect, you can see she kind of thinks what word to use, tend to die around me. I didn't think that it would still find me out here. And I'm sorry I put you all in danger. But to answer a question, I don't know if I'm going to become a giant fox or what's going to happen to me. And I can't guarantee that this won't happen again. So I can't force you to keep me around if you don't feel safe.
Gregor's gonna say again. We just said we fought that whatever it was to keep you safe. We will continue doing so, but we need to start playing open cards with each other Is that the correct thing?
Alpha is gonna say in response, he's gonna kind of look at Gregor and then back at Akari, and then say, I will protect you, Akari. But the next time darkness comes for one of ours, I want to know which side you're standing on before my blade is drawn.
Akari.
Akari nods, and then she looks to the side and then back at the rest of the group, and then she says, I can only say that the Miyamotos have been preparing for whatever this is for quite some time. And for some reason, they want me back as a key conduit vessel.
So this is something in your bloodline. This is not something that you can control. This is Lilith to Akari. I'm trying to understand here.
Akari's going to look at the group and then say, you remember the ghost things with Alpha?
Yes, the ghost children with the siren.
Imagine that fight constantly every day. And she kind of like nods her head as she says constantly every day.
While you're awake or while you're sleeping? What is constantly every day?
Fighting for control of me.
Is this why your father wants you so desperately? Not just because you're his daughter, but because you can deliver something that they otherwise would not have, like a secret weapon.
I don't know if I'll be used as a weapon.
Well, you were saying that you're some kind of conduit. Is that why you've got your summon? Is the summon part of this, or is she separate to all of this?
As you say, your summon, it kind of looks like a light bulb goes on in Akari's head. Like, she's only noticing now the summon isn't with her. And then she's going to say, she might know more than I do.
Okay. Would she tell us if we asked her?
Akari nods. And then she says she's spoken to Oryn before, but then again, maybe it's not the best idea to speak to her, saying what happened.
Oryn or the summon?
No, to the summon. Oryn spoke to the summon, and then Silas got possessed. So
Yes. Okay. Where does your summon go when she just sort of disappears?
from what I know, back to her father's palace.
if she knows more about what's going on, do you actually know what's going on with her?
What do you mean? What's going on with her?
Like, if she's in her father's palace, do you actually can you sort of sense or see or whatever what's happening with her when she's not here? Because I'm assuming she knows what's going on with you. Like you said, she probably knows more than you because she can. Or is it because of where her father's palace is that she knows more?
If we're both conscious, we can share thoughts, but between realms is always a bit difficult.
Rightio. I get that it can be confusing, trust me.
Just gonna look at Alpha and then ask, does that satisfy your question?
Alpha will say he'll look satisfied and kind of give a sigh of relief. And then he'll kind of just say, prove you still walk with us, Akari. And then he'll kind of turn around and walk to his tent or the horse or whatever. I think Alpha, so for context, I think Alpha's biggest fear is at some point Akari might probably either turn or, get possessed herself or whatever the case is. As I'm sure that everyone can kind of put together.
Yes, hence me asking if she's going to turn into a giant fox.
Can't wait to read the journal entry on this part.
Hey. What city were we in again before this?
Sandpoint.
Sandpoint, thank you. That's for the diary entry. Funny enough.
Just in our camp, do we have like sheltered place to sleep, or we just sleeping out in the open?
There's a tent.
There's a tent.
Okay, like a communal tent for
A
us,
4-person tent.
a 4-person tent.
Yes. So there will always be some people on watch. So 4 people would be sleeping inside and 2 would be on watch.
Okay. Well, what time of the day is it now after all of this excitement that's happened?
Still morning.
Okay, I'll look at Akari and say to her if she wants to just maybe have some rest, because it appears that she had a pretty rough morning. And then if Oryn is in earshot, also say to Oryn if she's doing okay. So I'll just sort of between Oryn and Akari try and suss out if the two of them are okay.
As of right now, Oryn is not speaking to Akari.
No surprise there.
I suppose we start gathering up the camp, and Gregor's going to say, so, with that out of the way, where do we go next? Maybe we should start planning our day. It was a interesting start to the day. Maybe we should see if we can walk that off.
Yes, the enemy of my enemy and all of that.
And you'll see him kind of check on Silas. I'm not Silas on Silas as well, but check on Gourd as well.
Hi guys, sorry, missed a few stuff there. The power just went off here.
My gosh. Okay. Are you on your phone or something now, or was it just a dip and it's back up again?
I'm currently on my phone.
Oopsie. Okay. Do you want us to give it a minute? And then just see.
What was the consensus from the team? Where are you heading next?
Well, we haven't really decided yet. Gregor suggested that we make a plan so that we can walk off the tension.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, Akari, walk while you still can.
Whoa.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't technically her fault, right? Even though she apologized for it.
Does Oryn know that? No.
Does she care?
True.
No.
Also, no.
Valid. Valid.
I think the biggest issue is not that the fact that it happened, but the fact that Akari's been keeping everything quiet.
Probably. So,
Valid.
is the team heading in a specific direction
Shall we follow
towards the snake or something?
Yeah, shall we follow the road towards where the snake is? Will we be able to make it there in daylight or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
It's still quite early morning. It's like 9 or something.
Oh yeah,
So it's not,
you woken midway through the watch. Okay, okay.
not midway through the watch. A little bit later than she would have woken you guys up if
Okay.
nothing happened.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm happy to go to the snake. Follow the road. Everybody
Oh.
else?
I'm okay with that.
I'm happy with that.
Sounds good.
Just want
Gregor,
to change
Gregor did
teams
take
quickly.
the crossbow at the pepper box again, but did not retrieve the bolt.
Okay. Or the bullets that are.
Oh, bullets
knows?
you can't retrieve. Bullets are when they're gone, they're gone.
Sorry, guys. This is very difficult on a phone. So I'm just going to see if this is the correct map.
Well, if your power is out, maybe we must just sort of give it a few minutes, see if your power comes back. Otherwise, we just shorten our session. Otherwise, yeah, because I don't know if it's going to be feasible, really.
So the power just came back on. So I'm turning back on my PC right now.
Okay.
You should have asked
See?
earlier.
Yeah. Apparently.
Right. So you guys arrive at a building. Kind of looks like a shack. So it's not a very well kept or how shall we say this? A very neat place.
Dilapidated.
Yes, that's the one. Informal.
Standing by good grace for no other reason. By accident more than by design.
Well, to be fair, there is like a small cordoned off, almost seems like a garden outside. There's not a lot of plants and stuff in there, but there is some vegetation, and it's next to the bigger part of the open water. So it's not really swampy next to it. It's more clear water next to it. And you can see there's some shimmers of fish life in the water. So you can see the water's kind of like moving in the distance.
Is that sort of the I almost want to say, is it a wall or a fence?
At the back.
Yeah, there's the black area, the area that's blackened out, and then
That's inside the house, and then the part at the back is just a fence.
okay, so are we coming from the front of the house, like that pathway thingy there, or which way
Yes.
are we
you would-
coming from? So we can't really see behind the house yet.
I can see from the distance and the way you came through, you can see there was a fenced off area at the back.
Okay, okay. What do we do, team?
I'm gonna update the map now for you guys. Sorry, back on my PC now.
Okay. I think we're all waiting for that before you just choose what to do.
That one, and then add in the characters. Almost put you next to Akari. And I was like, Oryn would probably not be there.
Yeah, put me in the middle of the squad. I am happy to be there.
You'll be the peacemaker.
Well, I was thinking clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Alpha, I'm just gonna put the horse right outside the map now because there's not a lot of space here.
It's okay.
Hey, and the summon's back.
So anything you guys would have asked the summon on your way here?
I would have asked her if she can tell us anything more about this whole sort of thing with Akari and not being able to, well, curse, bloodline, what, if she can give us more information on that.
Do you guys have your notes ready?
Nope, I'll get my notes open.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
If someone wanted to do something like, just for instance, let's say draw, would they need
Yeah.
to roll anything for that to see how good the picture came out? Or
It depends on how much time you take. So if it's like a quick sketch, probably performance. Otherwise, if you take your time, probably not.
okay.
But it's not going to be a super fantastic work of art. If you're not trained in it.
Yeah, not like the Mona Lisa, not like anything like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So are you guys ready?
Gregor's just quickly away from keyboard, but do you want to wait for him or
Yeah, I'll wait for him.
okay?
Importante.
Muy importante.
Okay. Go. Okay, Gregor said I must take proper notes so that he can read with me later.
Okay. So
Gregor's going to say you did You said it is your family has been planning this for a long time. Are we talking years or are we talking generations?
So when you ask that, right, Akari looks at you and then the summon starts speaking. And she says, centuries. So generations.
Okay.
Specific to Akari is an ability that she's got, or is it something that was done to her?
The summon is going to look at Alpha and then smile and say, well, the being that wants to inherit this place we call home, including all of our homes, looking at Lillith and back at the horse and herself. It is old enough for even the holy man's gods to speak to him about it.
I take it as something hostile then.
She looks at you and then she continues by saying, a being of such power and that old can't simply take any vessel. So it needs to be groomed, prepared for when they ascend.
Hold one seckie. Who gets to decide this?
Well, when this being contacted the first Miyamotos, they offered their services. And that was when their first daughter was born, Akari. Not this one, but 9 generations ago. My first master.
So you're linked to the Miyamotos then? I assume you know this being?
She looks at you and then she says, I'm linked to Akari.
All Akaris are all daughters in the Miyamoto clan called Akari.
She shakes her head and says, no, there's specific daughters that are born as the next Akari.
And how did they decide that?
Well, when a Akari passes on, it's about a generation until the next one is born. And they all have similar characteristics. And then she looks at Akari and then back at you guys, like, probably some characteristics you know about Akari.
Are they all Kitsune?
The entire Miyamoto clan is Kitsune.
So what characteristics are you referring to then?
Red hair, specifically the Miyamoto symbol in their pupils. And when they first summon a being, it's me.
So they're all summoners as well.
She nods.
So how do you feel about being pulled back out of your realm every other generation?
I'm thankful to Akari's mother. She finally broke the chains that silenced me before.
Okay.
see, the process to summon something is very regulated in the Miyamoto family. So this is the first time I could be here in my true form. Similar to the form you saw with Akari's father, is what my brethren need to disguise as.
The being that was with him. So the like angel looking
Correct.
something.
That is
Okay.
correct. Alpha, do you want to ask anything?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Gregor? Oryn?
No, I don't think so.
So
Gregor?
Oryn's not even speaking to the summon.
No. Orange not speaking to anyone right now.
Not even Alpha.
Not even Silas.
No, no, only Silas. If that. Orin is actually not. No, Orin is not even speaking to Silas. Orin is in shock.
Gregor's gonna say, I will need some time to process this. We could maybe talk more about it later.
Summon looks between the rest of you, kind of like, do anyone else have a question?
Well, I've been asking all the questions, so I'll keep quiet then. Would I be able? I'll ask the summon if she would be prepared to answer some more questions later. I need to sort of mold this over in my mind a little bit. And then one last thing before. How is it that the clan made this promise about their daughters and pretty much taking all of their freedoms away? If Akari's mom could break the curse on the summon, isn't there some way, or set her free, isn't there some way that she could do the same for her daughter?
The summon's going to look at you and say, well, she's not alive anymore. And the summoning ritual had specific words, and they were altered when I was summoned this time. So technically, it wasn't her mother, but her own words that broke the bonds. But her mother guided her towards that outcome.
Okay. I'll need to really think on this for a while. Thank you. Thank you, Akari, as well, for sharing this.
Alpha, want to say anything? Want to add anything?
Nope. Alpha's done with his monologue. Monologues.
The summon is going to lean closer to Alpha and then say, my father says you should speak more often.
The
I
summon.
did not.
Haha.
The summon said that to Alpha.
Yes.
And immediately Alpha has his hackles up.
Roll for initiative.
Like, not you as in just speaking more often, but you should speak to him more often.
I figured she's
I have
talking
a
about
guy.
Asmodeus. Possibly.
Bum, 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 bum. Mic drop.
Alpha's gonna look to the summon and then say Asmodeus. As if he's kind of a little bit not sure.
She's going to shrug and say, whatever you want to call him.
Ah. You're playing that game, are you? She called him father.
Yep.
That's rough, man.
So, do you guys want to enter the house? What's the plan? There's a door right here, by the way.
Well, I think Oryn and Silas, who are closest next to Gregor, will probably not be the first to enter the house.
Do you want to go around and check out the fence at the back? Maybe.
Yeah, I think we should go and check from the back and see if there's anything to see before we go inside.
Well, is the door open or closed?
Closed at the moment.
Can our magic people maybe try and detect magic or something? If they want to.
Or something.
Sure, Armand will detect magic.
Just see quickly.
In case anyone missed it, I
You
think
detect some magical potions inside, but on the second floor. So here somewhere, but on the second floor.
I think all you all just ruined the friendship here. I'm just saying. I'm just observing.
Oryn will relay that information to the rest of the group.
Including Akari.
Well, you
She'll
can't
just
really
say it
avoid her.
in like a general sense. She won't look specifically at Akari. She'll turn to Alpha and say it, and just kind of say it to the whole group. But yeah, she's not specifically looking at anyone.
Okay, cool.
Are you hanging on to Silas by his hand, his leafy hand at the moment?
I'm tempted to get a leash.
A harness, imagine that.
Could be a helmet for you. I mean, you could probably pull that off. Just like a pumpkin on your head with his vines and stuff wrapped around it.
Oh, riding on your shoulder or something. Okay.
So, are you going around the back? Going through the front door? Was Alpha creating a new door?
I was gonna say, let's leave this up to Alpha to decide if Alpha's gonna create his own entrance.
Alpha will draw his sword and then see if the front
There
door
we
is
go.
open.
Okay. So you walk up and the front door is open. So do you open up the front door?
Do we maybe knock and see if anyone's inside? I'm just
Okay.
asking, just
Valid.
putting it out there.
Valid point.
Remind me
Does it
again, why are we here?
Does it
Because
look
there's a
like
snake on the map.
does it look like someone's living here? Is there
Yes.
like smoke coming out the chimney or something?
There's no smoke coming out of the chimney, but you can see this house is taken care of. It's not like a grand house, but it is taken care of. So there is somebody staying here.
Alpha, please knock first. Don't break the door down.
Alpha will open the door. Does he see
And
anything?
everyone waits for the loaded silence. Everyone waits to hear what the next word is.
So Alpha, as you open the door, there's a halfling that looks at you and says, I wasn't expecting guests. Welcome to the warden's house. And then he walks closer, holds out his hand and says, that'll be me, Warden Proudstomp, holding out his hand towards you.
Is this like an adult or a kid or
It would probably look like a kid, but it's an adult halfling.
okay? So he looks oldish, older. Okay.
It looks like a halfling. Like, have you watched Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Think
He
of
looks
it.
like
Bilbo!
Frodo.
Alpha will sheath his sword and then reach out to shake the halfling's hand. and then say, I apologize for the intrusion. I was not expecting someone to be living here.
You haven't heard of the warden? Should really have a speak to those fishermen. Kind of walks off.
Alpha's going to say, do you mind if we come in?
Of course, of course. Make yourself at home. What can I help with? Still leaving the door open, not like doing anything to close the door.
Alpha will step in and then to the side to let everyone else in.
Watch that side. This side?
To the right, so up, yeah.
Okay, who follows Alpha inside?
I'll follow. And greet the halfling as I come in.
Oh, there's more of you. Well, next one to go in.
I was gonna say, do we all want to go inside or what?
The trap.
Did the halfling
Um,
offer anything to eat? Because that should give us an idea of whether he's friendly or not.
He hasn't done anything, even though Alpha had a sword drawn and he just walked up and shook his hand.
True, true. Okay, I'll follow in and say, good day, Mr. Warden.
Oh,
He's
there's women too?
I'll just chuckle and sort of walk towards Gregor to leave space for the people behind me.
Akari and Oryn kind of awkwardly waiting outside.
Shuffling their
Bro's
feet
never
like,
seen a gold before, and you can tell. Oryn will go inside as well and greet the halfling.
With Silas.
Yes.
too scared to leave him alone again.
Silas
Yep.
is going to become an extension of Oryn's arm.
I did
Pretty much.
apologize numerous times.
Oh, you brought a pumpkin? Oh, wait, it moves. The halfling says as you walk in with Silas.
Hello. I'm Silas. Who are you?
What? Proud Stump. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. And he'll kind of look at Oryn like nod his head like, did I do that right?
Oryn is just going to smile and nod her head at him and give him a thumbs up.
Akari kind of stands in the door and looks inside. And then walks in and bows to the halfling, not shaking his hand. And then the halfling looks at everyone and says, well, what can I help you with? If you're here in the swamp, are you here by free will? Most people are here for a reason.
We are exploring. You said you are warden. What does that entitle exactly?
Well, I know the swamp.
You know the goblins or the monster?
Shivers a bit when you say goblins. Nasty, stinky little creatures.
Sounds about right.
And what monster?
The
Everyone can roll a perception that's busy looking at the interaction between Gregor and the warden.
including me?
Sure. 14. Okay.
I probably don't see anything. Ooh, nice one, Gregor.
Mm-hmm. Oryn. Okay. Alpha.
Nope.
I love when Alpha rolls perception.
Look, as long as he rolls well in battle, we're good.
Alpha kind of gets preoccupied by something he just saw in his helmet. Like, what the? When did this get here?
Look, it's just shiny.
So Akari and Gregor, you would see that the skin on the halfling's arm kind of ripples a bit.
It begins. Who saw that? Gregor? Gregor and
Akari.
Akari.
Yeah.
Gregor would say,
Gregor?
"You are feeling okay? Is there something I can skin help you with?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
You don't look so well, and I would know. I'm a doctor.
What the hell is Doc doing all the way out in the swamp?
I can also be an adventurer, and these people regularly need healing.
You're one to talk.
I was gonna say, excuse you, nogal ne?
Then looks at the rest of it and says, "Ah, adventurers. That makes more sense."
Warden, do you stay here, out here, all by your lonesome self?
Well, there's fishermen that come now and then.
Surely you don't live here all by yourself.
Yeah, it's just me. Oh, and my pets in the back.
I have not met very many people in this world who like solitude. You must be a very interesting person.
You know, there's not a lot of people that fall in love with a swamp, so we're a limited few.
Interesting choice of words.
I mean, what's not to love?
The smell, for one.
Insects, things that try and eat you while you're sleeping.
Ah, you just have to eat them first.
Okay then.
You get used to the smell. I mean, it's better than goblins.
That's debatable.
Where are my manners? Would you like something to drink or eat?
Alpha's gonna ask. His name is Walthus.
He just said his warden proud stump. So he hasn't given actually his name. Just
Okay.
Warden proud stump.
Alpha's gonna ask him. You said you have pets in the back?
Yeah.
What?
You can see he smiles, but it's not difficult to see. It's kind of an awkward smile.
Alpha will ask, what kind of pets?
Snakes. Almost seems difficult for him to say that, though.
You could kind of see a light going on inside of Alpha's helmet, like the snake drawn on the map, and then him saying snake, like, oh. And these snakes are tame.
Mm-hmm. Nods very
Oh.
nervously.
Well, Warden, thank you for your hospitality. We also have some rations that we could share. I'll say, because that's kind of a question that's hanging in the air.
Are you planning to stay for a while? I mean, I've got food. Rations are more for traveling.
That would all depend on what we discover.
Oh, there's lots of places to discover in the swamp.
Exactly.
But again, would you like something to drink or eat? Or is it just a quick visit?
I'll look around at the other people, kind of trying to follow their cues, because I said I'll share my rations with him, and it's like, okay. So I'll try and follow the cues of the other people, the rest of the team.
Maybe you'd like to introduce us to your friends. I could maybe help if need be or something with them.
To the snakes out there. Visibly shuddering as he says snakes.
Hmm.
To your friends and family.
I don't have family or many friends.
You don't have family left, or you don't have family. His hand slowly goes to his hand crossbow. Yes, I have to decide which one.
He kind of looks at Gregor and then says, well, if you want to meet the closest thing I have to friends, they're right out that door. I'll get some mice and then maybe you can feed them.
You lead the way. We will follow behind.
Oh, please be my guest. They're quite friendly.
Alpha's gonna say, well, what did he say his name was?
Warden Proud Stump.
Warden Proud Stump.
Correct.
Okay. Alpha's gonna say, well, Mr. Proud Stump, I suggest you take the lead and show us just how friendly your pet snakes are.
Roll a perception check, please, Alpha.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Okay.
seeing red flags.
Nice one, Alpha.
Alpha, you hear the wall behind you is quite thin,
Yes.
and you hear something moving behind the wall. It's quite close to the wall right now.
Is there a door behind here, Alpha, or is it just the wall?
That's the wall. There's a door here. So there's a small door here. And then there's another door here. Stairs up, and then another door.
And he says his pet snakes are here.
Yep.
Proud Stump says he lives alone.
Yes, apparently.
Alpha's gonna draw his sword.
Before you draw your sword, maybe ask him if there's anyone else in the
No.
house.
Something is weird with this. Alpha's gonna draw his sword. What did the noises here sound like? Could Alpha, does he sound like
Walking.
footsteps? Walking.
Yes.
Alpha's going to draw his sword. And then he's going to say, "So, Mr. Proud Stump, I thought you lived alone."
Of course I live alone. What kind of question is that?
So you're not a bandit or...
Keeping someone
Keeping,
locked
yeah,
up.
keeping someone locked up in the room behind us?
None of the doors are locked.
Alpha's gonna look at...
Everyone, please roll perception again.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Very nice. Very nice. Not so nice.
um,
Alpha, do you still need to... Oh, there we go.
yeah, 14.
Okay. So Lilith, Oryn, and Akari, you all would hear something upstairs, close to where you felt the potions actually, Oryn. And you'd see Akari looking up, and then she'd say, "Someone's tied upstairs."
Someone is tied.
Yes.
How the
Bound.
hell could she hear that?
And the warden changes into that.
Love that. What is that even? Another sin spawn.
No, it's not a sin spawn. It is a faceless stalker, but this is a variant from the swamp.
Yay. Swamp thing.
Please roll for initiative.
Knew the little kid couldn't be trusted. Well, actually, not a kid.
At-
It's an adult.
As in one of the creatures you met in Ravenmoor.
Yes.
We
Mm,
met a
or-
stalker?
The faceless stalker, yes. The thing that changed into like a pile of goo when it died.
I don't even remember that.
The mayor's brother.
11. I can send you a link for the episode if you want to watch it again.
It's okay.
It's all good.
That's for Alpha, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I figured I'm probably not going to roll for the horse because I don't think the horse can fit in the house.
I mean, you could break through the wall if you
I was
wanted
gonna
to.
say, how flimsy are these walls? Alpha's gate. Now we can get the steed's entrance, special entrance or something.
Rollerog's in here twice.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I know. There's two of them.
No, I'm just verifying. In case it was an accident.
No, it's not an accident.
'Kay.
Alpha gonna roll for the steed.
Yeah. I'll roll.
People must be shocked because pretty much, except for me and every now and then someone else, the chat is dead.
Are you gonna roll for Silas? All right.
Yeah, I'll roll. Hold on, sorry. Let me just double check what his perception is.
Ten. Okay, cool. Silas has a 10. And then we need to roll for these guys. What are the odds, eh?
How many things are we fighting?
2.
I take it the other one's behind Alpha
Could assume.
from the noises that
Never as you may.
in an investigation assumptions kill.
Alright. You're first up.
Okie dokie. Oryn is going
Take
to.
out those frustrations.
Yeah. What is the distance?
Yeah, like 5 feet. That's really close. This is not a big area. So each square is 5 feet.
Cool.
Have we discussed friendly fire? I'm just asking out of interest, not because Akari is standing next to this creature, just out of interest.
What does Bob Ross say about happy accidents?
There's no mistake.
Yeah, it's just a happy accident.
Alpha, you have 21 HP, right?
Let me check, double check. Correct, yeah.
EC 24, the horse has.
I'll add mine now.
I think the horse is fully healed. 38. AC of 19.
19. Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool, got it.
Okay.
Do we
Alright.
know how much health this thing has?
Not at this stage.
Okay. I'm going to.
Don't care how small the room is, I cast Fireball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm
I
standing away from the creature.
I'm actually going to hold my turn. If I hold my turn, can I jump in at any point?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my turn for now, and I'm just gonna move Silas behind me.
Cool, cool. Alpha?
Alpha.
You already drew your sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alpha's gonna go for the blow.
Which one? Yeah? Or there?
This is a wall, hey.
Yes.
No, for the yeah, for this one.
Cool. You can roll your attack. Sorry, I can't see what
It's a
was that?
16.
16.
That's a miss.
You can roll again.
Yep. This one is flat-footed. Because it is surrounded.
Nope.
Oof. Please roll a 1d4.
Gosh.
Two. Okay, so your sword kind of slips as you swing it. You can swing again, but it's going to be one-handed damage.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna hit the last one, but no.
It's the steed.
The steed is gonna break through the wall.
Okay, cool. Make your roll.
For just an attack roll.
It's going to be a damage roll. And then the second one will be an attack roll first and then damage.
So to break the wall, it would just be a damage roll.
Yes, for your first one.
Okay.
Very nice. The wall is still standing though. Barely, but still standing. The next one, you'll have to roll the attack first. Just
Okay.
to see that you don't critically miss. That's all.
We can do that. That would then be on a +7, eh?
Yeah. Cool. You can roll damage. Right. And you break down the wall. And you see there's another one. kind of facing this wall here. It almost seems like it wanted to attack through the wall.
Surprise! Would the horse need to?
Backfire.
Yeah.
The horse can attack now with its third attack on this one.
Okay, the horse is gonna do that,
This creature, however, is not flat-footed
and it
because there's
misses.
no one flanking him. There's the
Alfred,
wall.
just an idea. Change the dice.
I have like 3 times.
Right, so this one goes first, and it's going to attack the horse now because the closest.
Was he gonna attack Alpha through the wall?
Yes,
Surprise,
They
surprise!
moved through the wall, or would he have had to break down the wall? Sorry, just out of curiosity.
this wall here is much thinner than these ones. That's how Alpha heard him through this wall as well.
Okay, cool, cool.
Having the horse there, I think, is a little bit luck.
Oof, that's a miss. Complete miss. Oh, one
Critical miss.
Right, so it is quite startled by a horse actually. And as the horse breaks through, kind of stumbles back, takes another turn to get back up again after trying to attack. And it's going to use its last turn to try and attack the horse again. That's a hit. Right?
Yep.
Does 16 points of damage.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
We're not doing so well today.
I wonder where that all started.
This one over here. It's going to go next. And it is going to attack Gregor. 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6.
That's the people surrounding it, I suppose.
Okay, cool. Very much so.
$12 points of damage.
These things
These
are.
things- Yeah. Alpha and I on the same page here, like, wowzers, dude. They look slim and trim and like flimsy, but they super meanies.
I said it's a trap.
8 points of damage. Let me just change the dice before I get told you're cheating.
Now see that lucky the DM's lucky rolls there.
Ooh. The dice again.
So you almost downed Gregor in one foul swoop.
Lillith. It's your turn.
Yes, I shall go with my bow at the one that's there between, yeah, that's standing next to Akari, obviously.
Okay. Take your shot. That's a hit.
Cool.
Remember to add your d4 to damage. And you still have the rainbow shard if you want to check on some more damage.
No, I'm gonna save that for some time where I can either breathe underwater or fly. Go invisible.
You can use your rainbow shard to add on some damage.
Rainbow shard you can use once per day.
Nudge, nudge, wink,
This
wink.
day.
Okay.
Not once and then done.
Sorry, I thought, yeah, okay, sorry. I had a misconception of that.
Do you add the fire damage or something?
Um, what would the rainbow shard add to that? Sorry, I forget again. Let me just get there.
I think it's a 1d4. It was 1d6.
Once per day, you can add 1d4 acid, cold, fire, or sonic damage. Oh, okay. All right, let me. Sorry, yeah. I suppose it would be pointless to do fire damage in a shack that will set the place on fire. Acid could potentially also cause damage to the people around it. Cold damage, maybe?
Okay, roll your d4.
Just a d4. Or shall I use the d? Would that be just
That's
once?
your. Yes,
So,
just one attack.
okay, so can I just include it in the next attack if it hits?
Yeah. Or you can alternatively roll a d4 to see what the damage is that it does now. Because it already hit.
Let me go with the next attack. I'm feeling positive.
Okay. Hey!
Yeah.
Double damage.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so you get double damage on the rainbow shard as well then. Very nicely called.
That was just by pure accident.
So it's you do d8 damage, right? With the bow.
Yeah, d8, and then with the that it's
So
a
it's gonna be 2d8, 4d4 plus 2.
oh
Because
my
you have the
god.
Bloodseeker beak as well, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 2d8 and 4d4.
Plus 2. So many dice.
Yahtzee!
19. Right, and then please roll
That's
a
too slow for so many dice.
roll a 1d6. It's going to take persistent 1d4 bleeding damage for the next 2 rounds.
Oh wow. Okay. And I've got one more attack.
Correct.
Way to go.
Alpha rethinking his coward's weapon approach there.
It's 17. I don't know if that's a hit.
That's a miss.
Okay, cool.
It is Akari's turn. She is going to cast Bone Spray.
Bones.
Oh, Oryn, do you want to jump in at any time?
For now it's okay. I mean, you kind of stole my move, what I was gonna do, but go ahead.
I'm
Nope.
sorry. Let's change the
Remember,
dice.
there's two of those gobbernoppers, and we don't know what else is hidden under the dark bits there.
It saves. But this still does damage.
Are you now rolling for Akari or for the creature?
It needs to make a reflex save, so it saved.
Okay, cool.
Takes 5 damage. Woo!
Hey, it's better than nothing.
And then Akari is going to cast Shield on Gregor. So a magical shield forms between him and the faceless stalker. Yeah, I'll just She's gonna stay here actually. She's gonna assist the horse.
I was gonna say, I help the horse outside there. Cool.
Gregor, after taking a absolute pummeling, what would you like to do?
A chance to get back.
No, spleen.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm kind of thinking what to do. I'm going to.
Do something really stupid.
Down 2 potions and then make an attack. I was going to quickly grab 1 potion in each hand, like down, and then take out his.
Gun.
This is a tough one. Let's make it the gun and make an attack on that.
Okay, cool.
The pepper box. I'm going to quickly
Roll.
roll first for the healing.
That's cool. I was about to say, please roll the healing first.
I'm also going to be removing the things from my inventory.
Those are the potions you make.
Yeah, it's my potions, which
Cool.
is 1d6 plus. No, 1d6. And I get +1 to saving throws for the next against disease and poison for the next 10 minutes. Doesn't help me much because I'm already immune to poisons pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll 2d6 on my one time.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's 2 rolls, but let's do it once. Okay, that's not bad.
Cool. You're up to 19.
Double the health
And
you
then I'll make the
have.
attack roll.
Yes.
Just checking that. Yeah, I'm correct.
That is a miss.
Okay. I'm done.
Oryn.
Oryn is going to also cast trying to pick one. I'll cast Bone Spray.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna save that for something when we probably need it a bit more. How close would these two be away from each other? Also about 5 feet-ish.
10 feet, and there's a wall here.
Oh, okay. I get you. I see. Is there an opening in the wall at all?
No. Unfortunately not. It's not a very thick wall. So you can try and break down the wall if you want to.
No, it's all good. I am going to cast needle darts at this one over here.
Okay, cool. You can roll. You're looking for an 18 to hit.
So close.
Just
Very, very
close.
close.
I'll cast. Not cast. Sorry. I will then throw a javelin at this thing.
Cool, go for it.
Nice.
Nope. Never mind.
Javelin kind of lands here somewhere. Kind of aiming towards it and Akari, so it hits here somewhere.
I asked about friendly fire earlier.
Oryn, it's your turn again.
Okay. Cool. I'll try needle
Unless you
darts.
want Silas to do something. It was his turn. Sorry, I skipped Silas, so.
No. I think Silas is done with the. He
Fighting.
needs a break. Yeah.
Cool. It's your turn,
I'll
Oryn.
try needle darts again. See if it works.
Okay.
Nope. Let me try another javelin. I don't know. My dice rolls today are so bad.
All of us.
Oh, okay.
Hey, natural 20.
Kills it.
Very nice.
Dead.
You can roll your damage times 2. So 2d6, I believe.
Yes. Yikes.
It's better than nothing.
Mhm.
That's a solid hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You still have a
That's
move action?
a move action.
Yeah, movement is for free, up to your movement speed.
No, I'm good.
Alpha, your turn.
What is the AC to hit? Do we know?
18.
18.
18 on this one.
Alpha will swing. See if this die does anything. Nope.
Close, close. It is closer than the last time you rolled.
We can do that
That's true.
again.
Last swing. You can do it.
It's better than one.
No.
Or not.
It's the steed's turn. Gonna
Yep.
attack this one, I take it.
Yep. Let's see if the steed can do anything.
Needs a 21 to hit on this one because it's not
Oh my
flat-footed.
gosh. Of course.
I'm so
Let's
sorry, Alpha.
go again. Miss again.
This is not going well.
You can do it. I'm sure you can hit this one. There we
Good
go.
job.
That's a hit.
Six plus 9.
Nicely done.
Very solid hit there. Want to try again? Last attack.
Yep.
Oops.
Nope.
I'm waiting for the horse to roll a natural 20 and it's just like delete something.
Yeah, no, just trample it into like a little muddy pile.
This one here attacks the horse.
Come on, DM, swing and miss. No, 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 not like that.
Believe me or not, I'm actually trying to miss. 13.
I don't believe you. Where do you
Horse
get that
attack.
flaming orangey dice?
The red one on the drop down.
Okay. It looks very different.
That's a miss.
Good job. There's
See?
one miss.
See?
Good job.
That needs to hit one more time for the horse to disappear again.
True.
A miss.
Yes. Good job.
Next one attacks. Roll. 5. Akari. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that would be Akari. You're not showing us their life. Are you doing that on purpose?
Yes. The AC is also not on them.
Yes, on purpose. Ish. I feel like these guys have got blades for fingers or something. Nice. You can roll a natural 1 so it can chop its own arm off now.
Yeah, about that.
Or not.
Next person to go is Lillith. You're gonna kill this one. This one.
I'm gonna try my darndest.
It's got the same HP as Akari. Left.
I'm gonna try my darndest.
It still needs to take bleeding damage. My apologies. Do you want to roll the bleeding damage or can I?
You can roll the bleeding damage while I miss.
Okay, it's got less HP than Akari now.
My first bolt missed.
Arrow. Okay.
I mean arrow, apologies.
No issues. Gonna line up your next shot.
Yes. And that's a hit.
That is a hit. 8d4 plus 1.
Nice.
You're gonna take your third shot.
Yes.
It is barely hanging on.
Why ever not? Let me try.
You can see the vines and stuff on it are kind of opening up, and you can see more like a skeletal structure inside.
Woohoo! That's a hit, ne?
Yep. How you'd like to kill it.
Way to go.
Very, very quickly.
Quickly, why don't you explain how you want to kill it?
Do you not want me to roll? I'm gonna roll. Let's see what happens when I roll. Okay.
It had 1 HP left, so how do you want to do this?
Get
Right.
to kill it.
So with the last arrow, it kind of zaps him right in the center of his chest and impales him on the wall right behind. So it's kind of just dangling there, oozing onto the floor.
Okay.
Very nice.
Hit it into the wall, and you see like a patch of moss is what remains. The rest of him kind of falls apart into vines and stuff on the ground. There's a skull and a few bones and stuff as well. It's what these things look like when they die, by the way.
You're welcome.
It is Akari's turn, so the summon is gonna use needle darts on this one. Completely misses.
Ay, ay, ay.
And then get this one into flat-footed. She's gonna try and melee attack it as well.
Nice.
Which
Ooh,
misses though. Gregor.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. Whoops. Fire, which I accidentally rolled.
You're
Good
firing
job.
at the wall.
No, at the creature.
There's a
Through the
wall.
wall. Yeah, there's a wall between us and it.
It wasn't reaching it through the wall.
Nope.
Okay, then I take
The
that
horse
back.
broke down the wall here, so it's attacking here now.
Okay, I misunderstood. I apologize. I thought it was this wall. I misunderstood. Sorry, my bad. My bad, my bad. Okay, so it's okay. I'll keep that roll for later.
Okay. You just fire randomly and hit
No,
alpha.
I didn't fire. I didn't fire that. That will when I next fire, that'll be my roll.
Are you gonna open the door?
Okay, let's
There's
do
a
that.
door
There's a
there.
door here.
There's a
There's one
door
there.
there.
And there.
At the angle, at the diagonal there.
The
By
angle door. No, yeah, that one. Yeah. Let's do that.
So you move
Let me
in.
see. There's nothing else hiding here.
See, there's another wall and a door here.
Okay. There's nothing in the room. Quick
No.
squiz.
Nothing.
I want to bank that roll, just by the way.
Yeah. Good luck with that, huh?
And that will be me for now. I did say I reloaded, so it is reloaded. Not reloaded, move to the next chamber. Sorry, my bad. There are 6 chambers.
Silas.
I don't know if anyone else wants to take this one. I don't really think there's anything for Silas
Okay.
to do.
Okay. Oryn, it's your turn.
I'm a very terrible position here
Hmm.
to actually get
Agreed.
anything.
Agreed.
I
It's hard.
also don't have any more javelins. I think I threw both of them.
But again, same
So
position as mine. What did you throw it at?
yeah, I could have possibly been able to get it over like between the gap there, but I'm just gonna hold my turn because I can't do anything right now.
Alpha. You're gonna break the wall.
Yep.
Go for it.
Fine.
Attack roll.
Just damage.
Leshy.
are we gonna all take our turn and then continue the fight in our next episode?
Okay. So you successfully break down the wall here. Again, it's not a very thick wall. This one is also flat-footed from the previous round, so you're looking for an 18 to hit.
What do I need to roll if I want to grapple?
That would be... I think there's a fist attack.
Actually dumb because...
Are you not gonna smash it with your shield? I am totally shocked and amazed.
Choke it out.
I think
Grapple.
it breathes.
Attempt athletics check against their fortitude DC.
Okay. So you want to grapple it?
Let's. If I attack it, it's gonna be not the first attack. It's gonna be +5, not a +10.
Correct. So it'll be your second attack.
Let's do another attack.
Okay.
No.
So close.
Very, very near miss there.
You want to try and grapple it now? Like it's
Your
just gonna.
final action.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Roll athletics. Probably gonna grapple it.
20.
Yeah, well, that seems like a
That
good thing to me.
works.
Yeah, you grapple it. So you're currently holding it.
I'm gonna check something quick. Yeah, okay.
It is the steed's turn.
Sk- Steed's
That
gonna
does not sound good, Alpha.
Steed's gonna kick it while Alpha's holding it.
There we go. Tag team.
Cool, go for it.
WrestleMania action here.
That works.
It's a hit. Nice.
36.
Oh my gosh. Snake eyes.
Still solid damage.
Yeah, 11 will work.
Your next kick.
Yep. That.
a hit.
Nice. Another hit. Now Alpha's ready to murder and kill and destroy.
Horse is whooping.
Very nice. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Right. You want to go for a third attack?
Yep. Um. No.
That one's a miss. And now it is the creature's turn. Because it is grappled by Alpha, it is going to attack Alpha.
Turns around and gives you a nice big old bear hug and a slobbery kiss.
That misses.
Wow.
Good job, Alpha. Any other mortal
Why
would
is
have
my-
been hit.
Can I ask, why is my thing 20? My
Because
armor
of the
class.
shield.
Oh,
Because of the
thank you.
shield Akari put on you.
Okay, sorry. It's the first time I've noticed that.
That one was a hit.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
If the creature is grappled, would it not need to try and escape?
Well, technically not if it's vines and stuff.
Oh, I hear you. Okay.
So true.
12 damage.
Hang on for dear life there, Alpha.
And that last one's a miss.
Did you say that the horse doesn't die? Alpha and the horse are on the same HP.
Lillith, it's your turn.
Can I still use my bow with Alpha hanging on to the creature?
But how could you attack the creature if I couldn't?
Because this wall's broken here now.
Alpha rammed the wall.
Oh, of course.
Hawamara.
You
My
can,
bad.
but you're going to roll at disadvantage. Because Alpha
Is in
is
the-
kind of
In the
covering
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that mean for me?
When
You
you
click
roll your
disadvantage.
D20, you're going to click on the DIS and then roll.
And the lowest of the two rolls is the one you can take.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. Say that again.
Click on the
So-
D20 and then you add your plus.
Yeah.
And you see at the bottom there's DIS and
Yeah.
ADV.
Yeah.
You click on
Okay.
the DIS.
Okay. Cool.
What that means is you get the lower of the two rolls.
Hmm.
Like advantage is the higher of the two rolls.
Please don't roll a 1.
Don't call it.
Well,
Ooh, nice.
Hmm.
That's a hit.
advantage would have been better, but we'll take disadvantage.
Sorry.
1d8, 1d4 plus 1. You could kill it.
Well, ending the session on a kill would be good. You started it on a killer note.
Yeah, pardon the pun.
Ugh.
It's still alive.
Oh my gosh. Do I have to disadvantage again now?
Yes.
If you want to attack again.
To be fair, anybody attacking with range is going to be at a disadvantage at this stage.
Also true. Well, I don't know. Gregor standing, he's close enough, I think, to.
Oh my. Oh,
Please roll your
Okay.
damage.
I know. Don't let me kill Alpha. He's gonna kill me.
1d8,
He was
1d
out the way then.
plus 1.
On a plus note.
1d8 plus 1.
1d8, 1d4 plus 1.
Alpha's gonna die.
Double ones.
Now we want
You've
what?
just killed Alpha.
Please make your roll. Don't worry, it's half damage. Oh, thank goodness.
That's not right. That's just wrong.
Alpha. As you're standing there, right? And you're holding this thing, you see the first arrow hit it, you're like, yes, team! And the next one hits you right in the back of the neck.
So
Just
sorry.
look back at Lilith with glaring eyes.
Oh my. Oh, I'm not even gonna try the last arrow because that's with no extras. And if it's
It's funny.
disadvantage, yeah, that's not gonna help me at all. I don't think. Or should I try it?
You can
I would
try
say
it.
no. I'd go
You
with
can
no.
try.
No, I'm gonna
No.
go no. No.
Ask Alpha. Alpha, do you want to take another shot?
If you'd like to see tomorrow, Lilith, you can.
I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. I'm so sorry. Same team, idiot. I apologize.
I don't know what to do.
Uh,
That's funny as hell.
so, for the
Okay.
summon and Akari.
You should have cast shield on Alpha from me.
Tension in the team is growing, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So, Akari and the summon are both going to cast guidance on the summon, and then she's going to try and attack with her claws.
There we go. That's funny.
Well, at least
I like it
Alpha's
too.
wearing armor, so. Good job. That's a hit. You can do it, Akari and summon.
So, Alpha, as you're holding the creature, still glaring at Lilith, you just see the summon pull back her claw, her hand, and slam it into the creature, and you feel the vines and stuff stop having a form, and they kind of just go
Disintegrates.
leafy in your arms and fall to the ground.
Quelch.
I was just gonna turn around, look at Lilith, and just shake his head.
I am so sorry. I really, truly am.
That hurt, damn it!
Um,
Oh, you see an adventure and then took an arrow to the back.
Of the neck.
Gregor and Akari would be able to hear Alpha, but under his voice he'll just say, "And with a coward's weapon."
Ooh!
Yeah, okay, fine.
Got fired.
Again.
Thank you, everyone.
With that, guys, it is the end of the session.
Do you want to do the level up, or do you want to start the next session with the level up?
I think
RP?
we'll do that next time round because it's getting quite late. For those of us that have to
Excuse me.
wake up at Sparrow's fart. Thank you for an awesome, shocking, and
You're welcome.
disturbing session.